Hello and welcome to the revision video on Newton's first law from scienceworksheets.co.uk. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. Newton's first law states that an object will remain at rest or continue moving in a straight line at a constant speed unless acted upon by an external force. So what this means is that stationary objects will stay stationary and moving objects will move at the same speed and in the same direction unless an external force acts on the object. If we look at the example of a stationary object and Newton's first law, we have a case of a box on a table and there are two forces acting on this box. You've got weight, which is acting downwards, and you've got a normal force which acts upwards, and the box will remain stationary because the forces acting on the box are balanced, so the overall resultant force is 0 newtons. Under Newton's first law, the forces acting are always on a single object. For moving objects and Newton's first law, we have a case where a ball is moving downwards. It has a weight of 5 newtons and it has an air resistance of 5 newtons, so the resultant force on the ball is 0 newtons. Now, this ball is moving downwards at a constant speed, and that's because both forces cancel out to give a resultant force of 0 newtons. And as the object was previously falling, it continues to fall downwards at constant speed according to Newton's first law. What happens if the object is subjected to a resultant force? So when a car is at rest, it stays stationary unless a resultant force acts on it according to Newton's first law. If the person puts their foot on the accelerator, the engine provides a forward force, which is the driving force, and this will be greater than the opposing forces like air resistance and friction. So as a result of this resultant force, it will cause the car's velocity to change, so it will start moving forward and accelerate. Now, this demonstrates Newton's first law because the car only changes its velocity when a resultant force acts on it. Inertia and Newton's first law. Inertia is the tendency of objects to continue in their state of rest or of uniform motion. So let's imagine that you're sitting in a car that is moving at constant speed. Suddenly the driver slams on the brakes. When the car stops abruptly, your body tends to keep moving forward at the same speed because of inertia. And this illustrates Newton's first law, because your body remains in motion, i.e. moving forward, until an unbalanced force, like a seatbelt, acts on it to stop you moving forward. Thank you for watching. See our revision notes, practice questions on this topic. The link is in the description.